Won't let me laugh, won't let me run, losing my mind. Caught in the middle. Won't let me laugh, won't let me run, losing my mind. Caught in the middle, caught in the middle.
When you need some space, you can get extra.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna try and you guys tell me if this audio is all right or not. I'm trying to drown out a little bit the Super Bowl noise because I just don't want to get, that'll be a really bad claim. And so, it's just one of the most copyrighted events ever. So you can still hear a little bit. That's why I came in this room. Audio sounds good. Okay. And you can hear me talking okay, Chip? Awesome. Well, then, let's open some packages. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited because I cooked up in the house, and this is my ticket out. But I'm also excited because I love doing this, and there's nothing more exciting than an Amazon package. Country music, spread eagle. You spread eagle. It can be whatever you want it to be, Chip. $1,000 a year. This will hopefully make if this works, this will make the sleep stream quality better. Because ONS, because I have a much better mic for the sleep streams, but it doesn't seem to be working with the raw setup and like the default input. And so I'm just gonna try and really rig it up with the interface and everything and try and make that work. HDMI. We're ready for the big reveal, Chip. Bam. Just in the nick of time. I thought this was all I'd broken originally, but it turns out it fucking broke the whole thing. These only come in bulk, so we needed one, but we got 4. So epoxy to make this a more permanent setup. And then more audio stuff. This is for later. And then this is for now. Now I'm going to try and keep all of this live view sort of stuff together here because ideally I'm almost treating this one right here. Really smart to buy that. Yeah, for sure. I was just going to Best Buy when I thought it was only the cable that was messed up. Because Amazon's just always has better prices and it's just a better experience. But once I realized that this device was what I needed, then I was like, okay, I'm just going to get everything off Amazon because it's not going to work anyways until I have this. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to treat this basically like a rental because I want to get this one fixed. Because I know it's going to cost, if they can fix it, it's going to cost less than $1,000. So it's definitely worth it for me to do that. And then I can just send this one back to Amazon. So I'm just going to try and take really good care of this one. And keep everything together. don't need. So I don't think I need any of this stuff down here. No more drunken cars. You know what, Naomi? I'm not gonna say I learned my lesson because I probably didn't, but it's I guess it's all about finding a reasonable range and understanding the limits in life. Just not taking things too far. Of course, I'm not gonna. That's one event's not gonna change who I am, and like I still definitely get crazy when I'm drinking. But to know the boundaries and to know this equipment's boundaries and just to have something to think about that, like, hey, this is, if you fucks me up, that might cost you $1,000. That's it's all an iterative process, which is like my favorite phrase. So here is not pushing that envelope. Beauty guru. Exactly. I've watched enough vlogs enough girls vlogging about their daily routines to know the gist of the hand movements. This is the old securing tape here. Now, so while I have everything disconnected, let me just really disconnect everything real quick. Get all this extra tape off. I've really beaten this camera to a pulp kind of over the past 2 months, 3 months, or whatever. I've been practicing and then using it. Just because I've made some modifications to make it more useful. Like I just ripped off this back door and just cut that because that was getting in the way. And then like I had some tape on for the buttons, so I didn't press them in. I'm actually just gonna try and make this button a little bit less pressable still. I usually carry it. Well, this reminds me of work. Interesting. I had no idea. So saying how much the stream means to you. So I like being the voice of reason. Yeah, sure. And I was actually thinking more about what you said about the drunk driving thing, Naomi. And I didn't really mean to be dismissive with that advice. Like, I think that's a really good piece of advice, and I appreciate advice when it comes from a place of reason and care. I know you guys don't just go spouting around like, you're doing this wrong, do that. Like you would only have to say something if you really cared and thought I should change something. So I can appreciate that, and that's something that I will consider more and try and prevent it from. Yeah, I'll have that in my brain more, and I'll try and I think Sam and I will try and make sure that doesn't happen, at least as much in the future. I'm gonna go see if I have a razor blade because I usually carry one with me, and I could use one for this. Not this time, folks. Oh my God. So basically what I'm trying to do here is just remove this tiny bit of extra stuff here, because although I covered this up with a dime so that so I usually put a dime over this button here and then tape that down. See, here's the button, and then I tape this dime on so I don't actually hit the button when I'm moving the camera. And I had that in the same thing here, but I actually don't think these buttons are as important. This one like switches the mode, and so it can like change the frame and stuff. But this, all right, see chip. Yeah, I mean I learned this from experience, just because I kept hitting the button. So I was like, damn it, you gotta stop doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. This was probably the most intense thing to do of all. It was the original process of looping all the cables together and stuff. So this is actually going to be quite interesting to undo and then redo. So okay, Canada, Pennies. Our government we shouldn't even have. I mean, we shouldn't have nickels for sure. I don't think that even like dimes are really that necessary at this point. Like, it's kind of insane. Pennies literally cost more to make than they are worth. If you consider like the time and resources and stuff, it's just a hassle, and like it's insane that we still have them. Nickels, same thing, just annoying. I read a fact that if you see a penny on the ground, the amount of time it takes for you to bend down and pick up the penny is worth more. Like if you run like an hourly wage or something, or like the average amount of money that an American makes, like it's worth more to not pick up the penny. It's like you lose something over a cent worth of time in the process of picking up a penny on the ground. I don't know if that's true, but I saw it in presentation, and yeah, pennies are stupid. Everyone knows it too, but it's just like, it's just one of those things that the government bureaucracy, like there's no reason for them to have to address it, and everything's so inefficient already that it's just probably not going to get around to getting done, you know, which is too bad, but that's the way it is, you know. So yeah, this chord part here definitely took the longest of anything, and I'm not necessarily looking forward to redoing it because it worked so well before, and the setup that I had originally figured out, I guess took a lot of time for me to kind of plan out, and it was really good. It was only on occasion that one of my wires would come unplugged, because I kind of tried to get the pressure points and pull points all like fairly equal, and not have the wires all twisted up in different lengths, and everything was pretty effective. So I'm just going to basically try and replicate that as much as possible. The only thing that I might change is I had to improvise one sort of little wire situation here because I had too much length, and so I wrapped it around this. But if I can fix that, then I think my wire setup will be just about perfect. So I'm really banking and counting on the fact that I'm not going to destroy my camera and equipment after this, because it was like I guess sort of like a wake up moment of like, whoa, don't do that again. And so I'm thinking about, I'm going to epoxy all of my wires into the back of my camera, because when it moves around, it glitches, and then it can skip like a couple seconds, where it can go all purple. And I'm sure you guys have seen that, where it just glitches out. Sometimes that's due to signal error, but if it ever changes colors, that's always from the wires getting moved. And sometimes the wires getting moved will lead to a signal error too, which is weird. The way all it works, it's pretty peculiar, but I think that it would really benefit the stability of the quality of the stream if I were to if I were to be able to oh, sweet. Okay, that's really cool. So right here is all my power things. This took the longest to set up. And I actually don't have to unwrap the rest of this because this cord that I'm replacing is, it only goes through this part. It does feel good to undo everything, I guess, just to confirm like my understanding of how everything works again. You know, like you take a test or you take a quiz in class or a test, either way, and then sometimes you forget the material, and then you need that exam to like solidify that a couple months after or whatever. And I feel like this is kind of that for me. You know, just really make sure I understand the setup and everything, and know with the experience of having streamed for a little bit where the bottlenecks are and the pitfalls and all that nonsense. You are in corrupts. So if this gives you a little taste of Ethan, this was my birthday present from him. 2 pairs of Corona socks, one black and then these ones right here. And I think I goodwilled the black pair because I didn't really need 2 pairs of Corona socks, but I did like these ones enough to keep them, which is a statement because I really try and keep like the amount of clothes that I have really minimal, which like I guess there's a lot of like philosophy behind that, but I just don't think that I look good in any clothes. So it's like, fuck it. Like I'm not gonna put like a ton of time and effort into like trying to look like a fashionista. Like it's not gonna change the way that like I think the most important thing for me is I feel like the things I do and like the things I say more than what I look like at least in my life. That's my perspective, and it's like I really try not to draw too much attention to myself in general, I guess, and also that has to do with the live stream. Like I want to look pretty average, pretty normal. I don't want to look like I don't want to stand out too much, I guess, most of the time, because the more you stand out with a live stream camera, the more attention you're going to get, and the more you're probably likely to get kicked out somewhere. Yeah, completely. Believe it or not, so do I. Yeah, it feels good, right? Like, and there's something to be said for like wearing something that you really like, or that you just feel like comfortable in, or just like only when you put on an outfit and you're like, oh, cool, like I'm not gonna worry about this at all. Like this is an outfit that I feel fine with, which I think for me is kind of like black pants, white shirt. Like that's it. It's like, yeah, like I can vibe with this. Like I don't have any confusion and like and anxiety over like what I wear then. And yeah, key solid pieces are great. Plus, with the fucking way that I move around, right now my duffel bag, like I usually just travel with a backpack when I'm traveling. Sometimes even like just this small backpack. Like when I went to Amsterdam, I only brought this. I was there for like 5 months or something. But I usually only travel with a backpack. But since I have all the live streaming equipment, so I think it also gives you a sense of control. 100%, yeah, I love that. And like having the time and ability to decide that, it's like a comforting feeling. Yeah, I like that control over your life. But yeah, now that I travel with live stream equipment, my duffel bag, which would be like where I put clothes, is already like, I mean, it's probably right now halfway, and after this, it's going to be over halfway, just live stream equipment. And then, I mean, I've got like 2 pairs of pants, shorts, a couple shirts, sweatshirt, ski jacket, underwear, socks, and that's what I plan to live with for the next couple weeks or however long I'm out. And it doesn't really matter to me because it doesn't really matter to me because it's pretty much the same thing that I do back home, I guess. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's the version of the eating disorder. Interesting. What makes you say that? And what do you mean by that? Because I guess I don't know anything about eating disorders. Yeah, this mess. Do it because that life feels interesting. Yeah, 100% at neurotic caffeinated, which is a cool username, by the way. Choosing not to eat. Okay, that's really interesting. I actually think I've heard about that with cutting and self harm. And people who feel like they don't have control over their lives. That's the one thing. It's I can control. I can cause this pain, or it's something they have control over, which I think is pretty interesting. Not that I have a lot of understanding in that world, of course, but I do think that's interesting. And yeah, I couldn't agree more about I think it's so important. I used to be just such a do everything, own everything, try and be everything, and have all the have a million different skills, jack of all trades, master of none, I guess. And yeah, and in my life, and I think in the past couple years, I've really determined that some things aren't valuable to have or think about or do, and it makes you care more and be I guess more calm and just more satisfied with the things that you really do and want to spend your time doing, and think about the things that you do own. And yeah, it's I think that purge process is a really unique experience that you have to kind of go through yourself to figure out. But it can make your life better. I mean, I think it's made mine better. Really really focusing on the things that I choose to focus on. So right now, this is what we're working with here. But Naomi, the crazy thing is like, that's because this is a live stream. Yeah, the thing that is like really hard is for so many people, like they just don't simply have the ability or chance to like, just because of like their life circumstance, they don't have the ability to like to slow down and think about anything really. It's just it's so one thing to the next thing that most people just are rushed, whether it's like out of high school to college into a job, like whatever the deal is. It's like you have to have time to think to figure those things out, and like so many people just don't have that opportunity, whether it be like a financial situation or just their pressure from parents. It's I know that like I experienced that in a sense, and it takes some time to think about things, to figure life out in a way that can make your life better, I guess. That's true. I come from a song. What's up, Ian? Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Neurotic caffeinated. This is not. In fact, this might be crazy. I hope not to contradict everything I'm saying by being a complete drunk idiot tonight, but I think Sam and I are planning on going and doing some drinking, hanging out with the boys tonight to get my mind off of being stuck in Lance's permanently. And yeah. Do you feel like that gave you the chance to sort of like I don't know, not rush through life entirely and be able to figure out some things on your own in that time? Yeah. Damaged unit. New unit. I'm gonna keep this wrapper on. That's how hopeful I won't be able to return this one when the time comes. So if you guys are interested, this is what the setup looks like here. How come you've been stuck inside Lance's? Because my equipment was broken in, but now I'm fixing it finally. So right here I have Verizon and then AT&T, and AT&T hotspots. This one is direct plug-in USB. This one's direct plug-in USB. This one operates like a Wi-Fi hotspot. It's connected through Wi-Fi, and this one's Ethernet because this thing can handle 4 connections: 2 USB, 1 Ethernet, and 1 Wi-Fi. And so this guy named check this out. It's like Justin Ignacio or something figured this out. So this device was originally like people have been streaming with it, or like people had been experimentally streaming with it just the 2 connections. But Justin Ignacio, or whatever his name is, I think he is like affiliated with Ice Poseidon in some way, or they're at least in like the same sort of IRL streaming community. Because I guess it's still pretty, smallish at this point. Let's not mention it again. He figured out that he kind of hacked the system and figured out that you can do 4 connections if you do it that way. And so then there's like a company called Unlimited IRL that like supplies these now in a bundle to work with this, and it's cool looking. Did you have something similar to that before, Ian? Anyways, I figured that out, and so that information was out there, and that's what I did here. And then because this is all floppy, so I got this board, which is like an organizer thing. It was recommended by the guys at the Geeks Life. I think I'll toss that link in here somewhere for the build for one of the backpack setups, but it's really good. It holds all the things down here, which is nice for me organizationally. Like there's already so many cables and wires that the more things you can secure, the better. Just hold them in place. And then because there's no backside to that, what's this gaff tape is really essential as a live streamer or like anyone who has makeshift electronics like combinations. This is really good stuff. So I can actually wait to do that, I guess. Or, you know what? I tape this to here. And the one mistake I made last time is that it's important to see what's on these screens here because it can tell you if it's working or not. Yeah, before I think I did the trial run back in December. Yeah, exactly. Ian, this is when I did that trial run in December with all this equipment, basically. I think the only thing, I think I had pretty much all the same stuff back then. By the way, it's hilarious that you were part of that because that was like so chaotic and like even in a way like different from, I don't know, I just ripped this off. This is not long enough. I gotta focus. Even in a way different from like how the stream is now. It's just, and so many of those streams got blocked for copyright and I can't save them because like I can't delete the songs because I only figured out like the way around that you have to make less than 6 hour streams after doing that trial. God, okay, maybe this won't be long enough, but basically I know a lot more now about streaming than I did back then, but a lot of it thanks to that trial run, that was I felt like important thing for me to do. Okay, I'm gonna go on this side for this. Gaffer tape, yeah. This is good stuff. I used to be a big fan of duct tape originally, and then electrical tape after that. And I can say I think I'm converted to the gaffer tape lifestyle because, I mean, the stuff, it just doesn't lose its hold. It doesn't leave any sticky residue, which is crazy. I saw they were blocked. Yeah, I changed my brain. Saw it. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. That's so funny. Ian, you might be. I think was Chud around back then? No, I don't think so. I think you. Yeah, it's funny that you know that, Naomi, from the doing like films and stuff. I think you might be the oldest running member. I mean, the longest running member of the Michael Gerry live stream, like chat. Ian, I don't think. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Now it's time to connect. So if you're curious what the other cable looks like after it, I quite literally like as it ripped or as it came out, it just ripped the thing to pieces. And so this was the connection here, and these are both just pretty much just destroyed. So that's crazy. I'm a senior citizen chatter. Are you doing the same thing, Mike? Yeah, they're doing. Even live stream is royalty. In my eyes, even live stream is royalty. Huh. Oh, that's good. So the first thing to do is I gotta make sure that these are the same spot, because it's really important that these kind of go in together. If one of them is like bulging out, for example, like this, then it'll always be putting pressure on the other one, like to come out so that it's straight, you know, that. So these have to be basically symmetrical. And then once I do the taping, this will feed all the way down here, and it will go into its box here. But first, I will secure these up here. I think you know what the problem is, just as well as I do. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now, I'm going to do another little trick here using some roll-up tape. So see how there's a little bit of a split in between these? When these are pinched together, it's going to put stress on them, and it will make turns and stuff or angles, make one of the chords more likely to come out. So I'm just going to build up a little, almost Just a little something to stick in between that little space there. Hopefully that I can use just to reduce that stress there. Why don't you sleep in this room tonight? I mean, I could definitely ask Boston. The only reason I haven't is just because I didn't want to I wouldn't want to just. I thought it would kind of be asking a lot, but. Stream was the first I followed. MacBook. Hell yeah, Ian. My insides are warm. Thank you. But yeah, Boston moved some of his stuff out today, so I feel like he's officially definitely not living here at this point. So he probably wouldn't care. I would probably just want to see if he was going to take this mattress with him, because definitely if he's planning on leaving this mattress here, then I wouldn't feel bad at all. But I don't know. I'll probably ask him. But yeah, this room is nice, right? Dude, you guys are great. That's really, that's the coolest thing I could possibly hear. I have to say, I did not expect that. Starting this project, I did not think that there would be people as interested as there are, especially at this point. And so that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool for me to see. Same kind of virgins. What? Do you guys want to hear a fun fact? On the topic of what kind of audience did you expect? I guess, I don't know. I expected that at some point people would be interested in this idea based on how oh, okay. I'll answer that audience question first. I thought that the audience would be people who were blown away by the idea and were holy, just sort of people who were impressed with the idea of it. He's literally live streaming his whole life, and the fact that it's kind of drastic, compared to in my opinion, I think it's kind of drastic compared to some of the other social media experiments in the live streaming world. I don't know. I guess I really had no idea, but I definitely didn't think I'd have any sort of audience or following, and certainly not any people who were interesting and joining the conversation and were interested in my lives and had interesting lives of their own. At this point, I did not think that I'd have this at this point, even in the slightest. Couldn't have predicted it, and yeah. So that's really, really interesting for me to see, and it's one of the things that gets me like really excited about the project. You know, like I always talked about how like what the project like it means a lot to me, and it has even before I started it. I started doing it just because of like the idea of it. I really like the idea that the fact that there are other people who are as interested in it and who actually can like I don't know like uh, have a good time watching it is like uh, pretty crazy and not something I expected originally in the beginning. So that's cool. I think it's awesome. You're doing the project see the journey. Yeah. I think that's a big part. Is like the journey is going to be the journey already has been, and it's going to be more. Uh, you know, roller coaster esque throughout time. So it'd be interesting to see. Um, Fun fact: I'm 21, and I actually didn't lose my virginity until like um, like 3 months ago or 4 months ago. So you guys are the only virgins. I'm the cool one. Yeah, it was it's kind of a complicated explanation. For some reason, I thought you were 24. It's probably the beard, Chip. You saw this facial hair, and you're like, Michael, you are John, the audience who came to your face, and you want to understand. Thank you, John. I swear you said something about everyone losing their virginity in middle school. They did. I swear a lot of people did from Valparaiso. Anyways, that answer you gave by your audience expectation is one for the real. You think so? What makes you say that? It'd be good for cut opposite voiceover. Oh, oh yeah, that could be like an inspirational. That'd be nuts. You'd win an Emmy if you had said that on command. He totally would have. Oh, if I was like performing, if that was a email, tell them what's up. It's up to you. I can handle anything that comes, and you know, all force promotion, like at some point. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. But if you want to do that trip, then hell yeah. You guys hang out with Jake tonight. I want to see his tattoo healed. Okay, for sure. I'll remember that. And if I don't, then bring it up in the chat, and I'll make sure to show you, to check it out. So this is the that looks cool. Yeah, this is the hardest part here is trying to make sure that there's no, basically trying to make sure that these wires are all even when they're going into different spots. They're all different lengths, and trying to keep them from. Yeah, this is definitely the most complicated part for sure. I'm trying to think if I did this before. I think I might have had this go from here or something. Something like that. And then put it down here. Yeah, it looks right. Like that. And then, so now those two are about the same. This one's doable here. And this HDMI cord that I got just happens to be a little bit longer than the other one, so I guess it'll take a little creative thinking on how to make this work here. I'm trying to put in a different direction outwards, right? So that should be a little better lengthwise. I'm just gonna kind of get wrapped around here, and then.
How would you like to be remembered? I would like to be remembered as a man who had a wonderful time during their life, and who had
That's not bad like that.
fine family. And I don't think I could ask for anything more than that.
I think we'll try that for now. Not quite. Not quite. That should be good. Now, this here gets finished up. Ooh, it's coming back together. Nice. So now what I've done here is I've taken this HDMI cord, which is easily the thickest one, and the thickest one, and it has this so now it has this bend around here, and if I can secure it really tightly to this device here, then this will be the closest point of tension when I pull on this, and so it should theoretically be the strongest point because it's the thickest wire, and if I can secure it well, then there won't be any tension against a connection. There's only going to be connection or tension against my tape securing, and so it won't disconnect anything, even if if this if I were to yank on it or something, or if it fell out of the backpack, not onto a snowy road. Then it should be good. So that's an improvement I got to make because of my mistake, which is cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. That should be a really solid change. And now we just secure all of this together here with one more layer of tape around all this stuff here. Doesn't disconnect. Damage the board. If it doesn't disconnect. Oh, yeah, I mean, which is what it looks like happened. Let me try and explain what I mean better. Yes, you're right in the sense that I wouldn't want to put the stress on like the electronics instead of the wires. What damaged the box last time, I believe, was a falling impact as it fell out. There's like a pretty significant nick here, and so I think something just got knocked loose. It might have even got like ran over or something. I don't know while it was off. But so what I did here is the stress point here is on like the tape. You know what I mean? So this thick HDMI wire here. If the camera section here gets yanked, right, which happens sometimes, then this is yanking here, which is its stress point is here, and then it's also sort of like backed up here, and the last place, if it really ripped loose, then it would be pulling on this, which would come out of this elbow joint. But theoretically that wouldn't happen because this is like pretty strong, I think. I'm not sure I know what you're saying, Chip. You mean like keeping all them tape down, or interesting. That's interesting. I didn't think about that nor know that, but yeah, I guess that's completely possible because it totally did. Like the point of stress was that point, and it just ripped everything. It ripped that cord to pieces, which means like had to have been a lot. I mean, the stress that. Oh yeah. So that would be interesting if that's what happened, and but I definitely would cross my fingers and hope that this setup here will make sure that doesn't happen. At least with while I have this box on here, this one. Yeah, I really don't want happen. I'm gonna send in this broken one to get repaired, and I wonder if they'll tell me what was broken on it, and maybe I could find out if it was that. What's up, Sam? Sam is trying to get me to finish this project as soon as possible because he wants to move forward with the night's activities. We're getting close, Sam. Don't you worry. Sam, I told everyone it was your fault that the equipment got broken. I told them that you threw it out of the car. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Oh, my legs.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't do that. What's the problem? I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm afraid I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
My view turned out 9,000. That's the machine that like turned on them and like tried to kill them, right? If only my live view was that sentient. It could give me advice like, don't jump out the window of a moving car, and then maybe we wouldn't be where we are now.
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
Okay, now we move to the epoxy. DKM, you guys. Don't kill me. Don't kill me, you guys. Is that what that means? I don't know. I guess I don't know what DKM means. Don't worry, despite appearances, that's actually water, not coffee. Must be a Canadian thing. So now, the next mission here is going to be, so if you can see in the back here, there's a mic port, which is really important not to cover. And then there's also these two holes here, which I think are for sealing up the door, the cage that was on here. And there's another, this is an actual, right here, these two holes, I think are the mic, another mic on the back. And then there's some spots where the flap used to be connected. And I don't want to let this epoxy seep into any of those holes. Nor do I think it's going to have this isn't made for plastics, and so I don't think it's going to have the best hold. Oh, Oh, I guess it's made for some plastics. PVC. Okay, well actually, yeah, maybe it won't be that bad. But I'm gonna try and prevent. I'm gonna try and make this as almost permanent as possible without making it completely permanent, if that makes sense. Demi-permanent. Matter of time now. I think more than anything is probably. Oh yeah. Because I'm a slumlord. Is that what makes you say that? message retracted. Big oyster. Oh, thanks. I've heard people talk about that, the legs and cheats thing. Yeah, man. If that's what you think you have a gift for, that's like, I mean, once you figure out your thing in life, like, Ethan just texted me. I saw my message and said, "Fuck you," all caps, read my messages. Ethan, just comment in the chat. My namesake. That's all. So now it is time to do some epoxy. I guess I should actually check this setup to make sure everything is in working order before I commit too hard here. Ooh, it feels good to plug this stuff back in again. It's like I was retired for a little bit, but it was like the worst kind of retirement. It was like the retirement where you were an athlete and you get an injury and you have to retire, not where you come out on top, you know. Man, this is exciting. It's gonna be hard to tell, but guys, it's working. The best games, most minutes. Dude. It's really exciting. It's like I watched like I mean I broke the most important piece of equipment. The there was like I didn't even know if they sold it on Amazon Prime. I know that ordering it from the supplier is like can take like a couple weeks, and there was a point in time where I was questioning like, do I just book a flight to College Station as soon as possible, and like just get there ASAP, turn off all the stream stuff, and then just try and handle the situation from there, because I didn't know like if it was going to be able to work out. But Amazon Prime had this device, only 13 or 14 left in stock, and there was at first it was like the fastest shipping is Tuesday, and then I changed the address to here, and the fastest shipping then it was like order within 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you can get it by Sunday. And I was like, damn, like this is gonna work, and ordered it, and it's from all appearances going to work, and that is really exciting. I'm excited to be able to leave the house and go places again. Okay. Now I get to add a couple touches to make this setup a little bit better than. That's the exciting part about just destroying your equipment entirely. Yeah. Oh my God. Amazon Prime, Amazon, like, I just don't even know what the world would be without that company at this point. An absolute lifesaver. But yeah, thanks to me destroying everything, I get to try to make things a little bit better. Which, I could have done without destroying everything as well, but it's good impetus. When you have everything deconstructed, it's a good time to make the improvements. What are you waiting for? Switch the stream over? Not yet, Chip. I've got to epoxy this camera and the wires, and then that's got to sit for at least like 15 minutes while that epoxy sort of, I don't know what it's called, settles, cures, dries, hardens, and then I will switch the streams. I think I have to register this product and stuff too. Patience is a virtue. God, a virtue that I was thinking about that today. I think that if there's like a thing that I was thinking about that I could work on, I could probably use a little bit more patience in some scenarios. I mean, not that that's the only thing I have to work on. I have a lot to work on, but okay. Now we apply some epoxy. I actually want to do this real quick.
Hi, this is Josh from 21 Pilots. Listen to our new album, Trent, featuring Valpo. Now on the YouTube Music app.
Honestly, the only thing that gives me comfort, you guys, is when I'm sitting at home, staring at the ceiling, just wishing that I had someone to talk to, knowing that none of you idiots realize how lucky you are.
Oh, she read that. Just right there. See you again. All this stuff will get set up tonight, and that should be fun. That should be fun. So.
Hey, it's Cautious Clay. Check out my song Cold War from my album Blood Type in the new YouTube Music app.
Hey, it's Rosalia. Check out my album El Mal Querer in the new YouTube Music app.
Okay. I mean, I kind of find it therapeutic too, like some of the like makeshift contraptions and stuff, like to fix little, I've always liked to tinker with things. Like you have like one thing to do, and you just kind of zone out, and it's like a creative process, and then it's like you know what to do, and then it's like using your hands and figuring it out, and your mind can really get lost. That's nice. Either way, I think think we're ready to what are you doing? I'm fixing my live stream rig bottom that I broke. So basically all I did was just take apart all the tape work and stuff that I had done originally and just put it all back together basically. Yeah, exactly. That's a nice feeling. You accomplish something, but it was also like a enjoyable. Yeah, I feel you. Definitely. Here we go. What do you guys think? This is my natural state. My own live stream camera. Everything else is it's imitation. Okay, I'm gonna go bring some trash. Now I'm gonna set this up. I'm actually gonna go put away the rest of this stuff real quick before I do that because I can control the audio on here, and so I can do like, and then I can unmute it just on command. I can click a button, and I don't have that luxury with this thing, so I might try and just do a little bit of cleaning up and getting ready to go out before, so I don't have to be in the room with the Super Bowl and have no control of the audio, which I can just plug the cord in, but it's like that's a little bit of a hassle compared to doing this. Beep, beep, beep.